Hey there, this is Heather, and we are going to be starting a new Civilization 6 playthrough today. I'm going to be starting a game as Brazil because I feel inspired after playing Vietnam with all the rainforests and forests and stuff like that. Brazil has unique bonuses from rainforest, so we'll look at that in a few minutes. But first, I want to just mention some things and then go over the game settings. So, in mentioning things, I want to mention that I recently took a couple breaks, pretty much like one long break with like a couple videos thrown in the middle of it, but the breaks are over. We're going to be back to a daily upload schedule, and I may upload more than one video per day to get through this playthrough before the next game update, but we'll see how that goes and if I can get it uploaded and released before then, because I think it's in like 9 days from now, so we'll see how many parts this takes. But if it's starting to look like it's going to take a while, which it may, because we'll probably end up with like a culture victory, then I'll upload more than one per day, or at least that's what I'm planning right now. So you can look out for that. And in going over the game settings, let's just take a look at this really quickly. So I'm going to be playing on Immortal game difficulty, and I haven't actually ever played a game on Immortal Victory. I've tried Deity and miscalculated and didn't win, but I haven't done Immortal. I think I can do it, so we're going to move up to that now. It is a question mark, though, about whether or not I can win it, so that's like where the thrill comes in for you. Like, is she going to actually be able to pull this off or not? And then we're going to be on a Highlands map of standard size with standard resources. I'm not going to choose the city-states in this. I'm just going to let them be whatever. And natural wonders, I'm not going to do anything about that. We are going to have a legendary start position, however. All players, like the AI players, will get a legendary start position as well. So, I mean, it'll make things go a little bit quicker, but it's not going to be like cheaty or anything like that. The temperature is going to be standard, and rainfall will be wet because we really want to get those rainforests, as many as we can possibly spawn. The game modes are going to be Heroes and Legends, Monopolies and Corporations, and Secret Societies mode because they are awesome. They are just awesome, and I couldn't imagine playing the game without it. If you want to look at, the map seed or whatever, you can see that here. And I have deleted 2 of the AI players because I want to go for a culture victory, and having really close neighbors to combat very early on will just kind of, I don't know. That's not really what I want to do. I feel like it would drag everything down and make it take longer. So let's move ahead with this and start the game. Okay, so let's go over Pedro II and his features and abilities. So Pedro is magnanimous, and after recruiting or patronizing a great person, 20% of the great person point cost is refunded. So you will be able to get great people about 20% faster. Amazon rainforest tiles provide +1 adjacency bonus for campus, commercial hub, holy site, and theater square districts, and grant +1 appeal to adjacent tiles instead of the usual -1. So we definitely do not want to get rid of any rainforest in this game. I might want to get rid of regular forest, but not the rainforest, because those are going to give us a lot of value. Now, he has a unique naval unit. I'm not going to try to say that, but we will look at that later in the game when we actually get one. And we have a unique entertainment district, which is the Street Carnival, and we have the Copacabana, which is the unique water park. So that will be exciting. We won't be able to see the Copacabana until later in the game, kind of same as with the naval unit, but when we do get one, that will be pretty cool. So let's begin the game and see what kind of map we've gotten here. Okay, well, I'm definitely liking this already. We've got a lot of rainforest here. We're on a forest tile, and I'm not opposed to getting rid of the forest. It's less valuable than the rainforest, so we'll just destroy this basically and settle our city here. Yes, we want to remove the woods. Okay, so Rio de Janeiro has been founded. Exciting. Now, I definitely want to get a religion in this game. We're going to be using religion and faith to patronize our great people. We don't have any mining resources right in the immediate proximity, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. However, we could get mining and be able to chop this forest, so we might want to do that. And animal husbandry would allow us to improve this deer tile, but we don't actually have that tile right now. So what I think I'm going to do, actually, because it seems pretty counterintuitive, but what I'm actually going to do is get the mining, and we will chop the forest for something, I'm sure, very quickly. Not a unit, but as soon as we want to build something else, we'll be wanting to chop that. I also want to get a scout here because I want to find out where we're going to be founding our next city as soon as I possibly can. And there is a meteor shower, which could be pretty cool, so we're going to go over there with our warrior immediately and get that, just in case it's something that we could benefit from right away. Oh wow, look at that. We've found Anansi, and everyone knows how much I love Anansi if you watch my channel at all, since this was a thing. So we will definitely try to get Anansi, and we have discovered the Owls of Minerva. Okay, let's appoint a governor. I think I'm going to go for Magnus here. Despite the fact that I'm not going to be getting rid of the rainforest, I do want to get rid of the forest, and I do want my city to grow faster because we want to have more population. More population means more faith, and we have discovered the Void Singers. We may want to get the Void Singers in this game. In fact, I'm thinking I really do want to, because we will be able to use them to create relics and things like that. But let me know your thoughts on it. I might hold out until the next part, deciding. So we will see how that goes. Now, we have gotten a heavy chariot from that meteor shower, it looks like. So let's have that guy go over there, and then I'm just gonna like have my scout automate. I trust you, scout. You can find your way. And I think we want to get Anansi immediately. We cannot risk anyone else getting him, so let's get the monument. And then we will do a devotion to Anansi. I mean, I probably need more scouts, but Anansi is critically important when you're on the monopolies and corporations game mode, because you need to be able to destroy other people's copies of your luxuries in order to get monopolies, and if anyone else gets that, I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm not willing to take that risk. That's much more of a problem than not getting the land scouted before a certain time frame, really. Okay, so mining has been completed, and we have discovered Mulan. Lots of heroes right away. It's only turn 11. I think we found 3 already. Alright, now I definitely do want to get that holy site up, so, but it would also be good to find horses and find iron and where that is, to be able to choose where we are actually going to be settling our city. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do the astrology right away, despite what I just said, because I think that getting the religion is just so crucial, and being able to choose our beliefs from the largest possible list is going to also really benefit us if we can do that. So definitely going to go for an early religion, and let's do our devotion to Anansi. He'll also be able to boost our culture and our science right away. We have Code of Laws. Let's put in, I guess for now we'll put in Survey and God King here. And I haven't encountered any barbarians yet, so if we do encounter them soon, I will just reset the cards and put discipline in there when we do. And now we're going to be researching foreign trade. We have managed to recruit Anansi and get some air score. Anansi is just the best hero. Okay, so we have found a barbarian, but it's just a scout. We're not really in any danger with any of that. I would like to save Anansi for when we find another civilization. So he can just, I don't know, he can probably explore. We'll figure it out once we find the closest AI. And let's get a settler immediately. We'll have 3 population in 2 turns. So we don't want to build our population up too high before we start getting our settlers, because I do not have Magnus promoted, and every population point is more expensive than the last. So, alright, and we have found the United States. I know where I'm sending Anansi. Sorry, Teddy Roosevelt. I love you, but we need to sabotage someone, and it's going to be you. We will find out what luxuries he has, and I'm going to send the heavy chariot back. I think it's a pretty good unit for the stage in the game, and I would like him to be protecting my city just in case, and we will go after that Barbarian Scout, obviously. Okay. Get Anansi coming over here. I think it's a less hilly and therefore faster to travel route around this direction, so we will proceed with that. Alright, so there is a barbarian camp over here. I may not be able to get credit for that because Teddy may do it, but we will try anyway. Alright, and Anansi, you're just going to continue on. You don't need to really worry about that barbarian. That's not important right now. Okay, so we can now get a trader. If we wanted to change the policies, we could. I'm not really worried about this yet. I think I'm going to let this go for another tech. Another civic, rather. You know what? Or we could put that in there right now. And then it might be easier. Well, it would be easier to kill that slinger, so let's just do it. I would like to get more experience on my scout, but I only have 1, so that's a choice I'm going to make right there. Right, Anansi's doing pretty good, making good time around the mountains, and I think I want to go for, well, I would like to get craftsmanship, but I don't have any builders yet. And actually, you know what? I forgot to send a delegation. He did welcome my delegation. Next time we meet someone, I'm going to have to do that right away. I think I'm going to go and research mysticism here. I think we can boost early empire without any problem. So I like to do that. I just don't know how many turns it's going to take, and I don't want to research more than half of it, so. Okay, now we have hit a marsh, so it's taken him a little bit longer, but we are still on our way. Now, we have various resources around here. Like, we have 2 sources of salt over here by this one tile lake, and we've got some good growth tiles over here. I'm thinking, really, I would like to found my city maybe like on the salt, because that looks like a pretty good location. We could get like another one over here. But if we did find a city over here, we could get some tiles from the city-state. So maybe that's what we want to do. It would be nice to get the salt for the first city, but this is more of like a time restricted place to settle. So we might want to have like salt in 2 different cities then. Although I could found one over here and then the salt would be out of range. So I want it to be in range of one of my cities for sure. We could found a city over here maybe and get the tea. It's suggesting this tile, but otherwise it's pretty much a desert. So that really doesn't appeal to me very much. There's a tribal village down there I'm going to need to get as well. But I think for this one, I really do want the salt city, I think. So let's do that. I'll just like found a city right there on that tile, I think. And that should be pretty good. Okay. Let's get some other stuff going here. I wish I could, promote Magnus, but I can't yet. So we're going to have to work on something else. A builder would definitely be a good idea here, but the settlers are very, very important to get right away. Let's go for a settler. I'm not going to be boosting craftsmanship as quickly this way, but I would really like to get another settler out. So he has sent us a delegation, and we are going to accept it. I think that gives us our money back from the one we sent to him, so that's always good. And Anansi will continue on his merry way to sabotage Teddy. He doesn't know it's coming. Nobody ever sees Anansi coming. Alright, so there is ivory over here and truffles. Those are some pretty nice tiles that we don't really want America to have unless we are going to take them over. And that Barbarian Scout is still over there. It's all pretty safe over here, so... Oh, great. We have found the Aztec. Oh boy, well, we're gonna have to send him a delegation, that's for sure, because he is incredibly aggressive. And he is in the Void Singers, so we might want to definitely get the Void Singers then, because that'll make him like us a little bit more. Generally, I'm not into people pleasing, but when they are an Aztec warmonger, that kind of changes things a little bit. And we have discovered Hercules. I would really like to get Hercules. And the Hermetic Order. The Hermetic Order would normally be really great for Brazil because Brazil is oriented towards great people. So I might want to check and see who Teddy is aligned with. He's not in one yet, so we'll have to see who he chooses. I would like to not be at war with everyone, and that might help a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go for animal husbandry now at this point. It would be good to get pottery and, go into writing after that. But we will be able to get quite a bit of science and culture from using Anansi's charges in a few minutes, so we should be able to catch up and do that really quickly. Alright, now I've just kind of got this guy cornered here. Hopefully we can take care of him really quickly, and I'm going to found my city on that tile next turn. Just taking a look around here to see what Teddy is up to. And we can't attack. And we got the kill. Okay, so that has worked out pretty well. I am tempted to look and see what's on that tile. But if I found a city over here, there's not going to be any rainforest for it at all. And I would really like to, have the best start I possibly can. So I'm just going to go with this location now. Okay, so our city is founded. Let's work on a monument here because I want to recruit Hercules. Ideally, that would be really good. Be able to get some very, very fast districts. And I would like to destroy those truffles that he has over there. Don't really want him to have them. I'm bitter like that, so let's go for it. And there is his capital. Alright, so they have stepped off of that, and I can now exploit that fact for 60 science and 50 culture. We have completed animal husbandry as well as mysticism. We can do quite a bit with that, and I think I'm going to, because it's only going to take me one turn, I'll be on the next tile in one turn. I'm going to research pottery, actually. And then, let's see. So I'm not going to get Early Empire boosted for a few turns. I could do craftsmanship in only 2. So let's just go for that. We're not going to boost it, unfortunately, but it will quickly be completed. And actually, I might switch out of it as soon as I move Anansi into position, because I don't want to, what's it called? Because it's so quick, I don't want to waste the science on that. So we have completed pottery now. Anansi can go over here, and let's switch out of craftsmanship and put the culture he's getting into early empire. And let's switch the pottery to, well, writing would be in 1 turn, so I don't want to do that one. I don't see that we have any stone over here, so if we want walls, then we could boost the masonry. But I think I'm going to go for bronze working. I think that that should be our priority first. Let's use Anansi's tricks again. Okay, so early empire has 5 turns left on it. Bronze working has 1. We can switch back into craftsmanship now, and then hopefully we can grow our population, but we'll see how that goes. We might just complete it before that happens.
Bronze is the mirror.
Okay, so bronze working has been completed. We can now hypothetically see where the iron is, if we have any available to us. And there is an ivory tile for us to take advantage of right there. That's like unfortunate for Teddy, because that would have been a nice location for another city for him. But alright, we have horses right here. Definitely going to want to get that hooked up very quickly. We have a settler now. Now, we have salt here, and it looks like I'm kind of like doing, you know, salt is one of my luxuries for sure. So, but we could also get a city on the coast, either over here by this volcano, which I'm kind of averse to, although we could get Liang over there, and then she could put fisheries as well, so that might actually be a really good location. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that and pick up the tea. I think that's going to be an interesting place for a city. If I get over here and it's actually not that great, then we can go somewhere else, but it looks like a safe location. And let's work on writing now. I think it's about time for that. And we could work on maybe state workforce to get our government plaza up as quickly as possible. Let's look at the production options here. I would like to get that holy site like right now. I do not have a builder. I could get a +4 holy site right here. And if I wanted to get rid of the deer, I could get a +4 holy site right there, which would be pretty good. Because I feel like over here, because it's next to the strategic resource, and this is another strategic resource, I might want to put an industrial zone over here. I might want to put an aqueduct here and an industrial zone there. It would have really good adjacency if I did that, and it would be next to a mine. So we could just get rid of the deer then. And that would be a pretty good location, because this is a woods tile. It's not going to be as good as some other things, but you know what? I think because of what I'm planning to do, I'm going to get the builder first, and then we can chop the forest before we do anything else. And I'm going to put some turns into state workforce to get that going, and then hopefully we can get our district up and boost that. Okay, well, actually, you know what? Because I'm going to do that, well, I think it might actually be easier to clear barbarian. No, you know what? Let's just do this. We will use Anansi's tricks right here. State workforce in 4 turns now. Campus, we can build that. Alright. Now, I think that sailing is something that we can boost pretty quickly. I could also boost irrigation really quickly. Let's work on the archery, because I don't think there's any way I'm going to boost that one. Let's take a look over here. So there are horses. There is a nice crab tile there. There is the wheat for growth and the tea. We could buy up that tea tile before the city-state gets it. So I think that is something we should go for. We have 3 more charges on Anansi. It just keeps on coming. So he has 6 of them total, which is quite a few. Considering the value of each charge, that's quite generous, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to send my heavy chariot north up there and take a look and see what's going on, but for right now I am liking the looks of that location. We will need to get Liang in there, and Liang will have to stay there, but I think that is worth doing anyway, so we can do that. It'll be pretty good. Okay. Now, irrigation would be good to get the bananas hooked up, but honestly, I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping the bananas. We could get horseback riding, could get ironworking. Masonry would be really good. I do not have any stone over here at all. I feel like it's not going to get boosted. We can boost it with Anansi. And the Aztec are angry that they don't have stuff that I have. Probably angry about the salt specifically. Okay, so archery has been completed. I had a little game crash, so I had to load the autosave, and hopefully I will manage to edit this and line it up. And let's work on, what's it called, boosting more things with Anansi. Get that other truffle tile. I mean, he had 3 of them over here. He would have been doing pretty good, but not anymore. Not anymore, because I have Anansi, and that is the allure of Anansi. Okay, well, let's work on masonry. I want Anansi to boost that for us because I don't have a quarry and I'm not going to be able to get one right away, so let's do that. And the Aztec don't like me and they're threatening me with war where they will capture my people, but you know what? I dare you. I dare you. It's not going to work out. Let's get the truffle tile. Actually, you know what? Let's do that culture into something else. I'm thinking my population's kind of like, well, it's going to go up in a minute because I'm going to found another city. So let's just do military tradition is what we're going to boost with that. Put Anansi's tricks into it. Okay. Got military tradition completed, and masonry will take 5 more turns. Anansi has 2 more charges. We could just get rid of the stone here. We don't even need to get rid of a luxury, but I think I'd rather get rid of the truffles over here. And if we see any more truffles over here, then I'll get rid of those. There will be no truffles in this game. None. Okay. And let's do state workforce here to get that government plaza. Going to continue scouting around with my warrior. Not really the best in terms of movement, but he's already there, so. Okay, now we can build the government plaza. And there's some other cards we could use. I wonder who that is up there. Well, we will find out in a minute. For the time being, let's just settle our city here next to this volcano where it's nice and completely unsafe, you know, because that's just how we roll here. We'll be fine, say the citizens of Pelham. All mountains smoke a little, right? Yeah, we'll be fine. You know, I'm not really convincing you with the way I'm saying that, but you know, we'll be fine. Okay, so we have boosted sailing with founding that city on the coast here, and we have that horse tile access. I'm going to very quickly go in here and purchase that tea tile because I really want that. And I would definitely like this rainforest. I cannot risk this city-state chopping it. That would be awful for me. I need the adjacency. And now we can go into, well, Early Empire is going to be completed as soon as we have 6 populations. I'm definitely not going to be researching that. We're just going to go into games and recreation. And we will be able to get the Street Carnival. And the Street Carnival is better than the Entertainment Complex District because it grants +2 amenities. So for our early cities, it might just be fine to get the Entertainment Complex replacement instead of waiting for the water park that you might usually want to do. So it does give quite a lot of amenities. The Carnival might not be as good as the Copacabana, but we don't know that yet. I could look that up. Okay, so we have our builder here, and I think I want to get the horse tile and the iron, and maybe that salt right there right away. So let's work on those things, and now we will finally, oh wait, you know what? Oh no, well I misclicked. I want to go over here, actually. and remove that forest tile, and I want to remove this. So we need to get another builder, but we can't really do that right now because I want to get another, you know what, let's just do it. Let's get another builder. I do want to get another settler going, but I think that we need the builder first because I really do want to remove those forests right away to improve my tiles, and I would like to get a trader. We do have a quest from Lisbon to send them a trader out. However, because we have so many good heroes that we could recruit, I think a monument makes a lot of sense. And this one will be done in 5 turns, and I'll be able to do a devotion to Hercules at that point. Now, I still haven't decided about the secret society, so you're going to have to let me know about that if you have an opinion. And I'm going to promote Magnus here to get provision because I definitely want to actually begin building up my population, which I haven't been able to do so far. Okay, and we have found Tamar of Georgia. We will have to send her a delegation. The Aztec don't like me, even though I sent them a delegation. Now, she's a Void Singer person as well. And Teddy Roosevelt is in the Hermetic Order. I felt like that was probably going to be the way he went with that, but now we know. Okay. And here, Anansi can get rid of this ivory tile, but which tech? I think, well, we could just finish off sailing with him, so let's do that and use the ability. Okay, so sailing has been completed, and we are going to need that because we did found a city on the coast, and we can benefit from that. And let's get masonry working again. Games and Recreation has, got quite a bit of progress towards it, but I do not have construction, and I don't know when I will, so we will just finish that off, I think. It'll be good to get the Street Carnival as fast as possible. And masonry has been completed. Okay. Now there are some truffles over there, which are close to Georgia, and she'll probably get those if we don't use Anansi to destroy them. So we might want to destroy them, but first I'm going to get rid of the ones over here. So we'll do that, and we'll probably go after Georgia in the next era when we can get Anansi back. I definitely do not want to work on irrigation because I can build a farm here quickly and boost that. We are going to be getting that horse tile very shortly, so let's work on the horseback riding. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and we can finally choose our Pantheon. I do not have my holy site up yet. So let's harvest the deer here. Alright, and our builder has been completed, our second builder. And I'm going to be able to use this one to get the horse tile, so we're going to do that. Let's choose our Pantheon. I think that Divine Spark would be really good for what we're going for. So I think that that's probably the one to go for. Earth Goddess would be really good for faith. But Divine Spark and the Great People Points, it's like pretty hard to pass that up. Well, let's look at our appeal really quickly because we could buy Great People. We have some nice appeal here. It's breathtaking. You know what? I think that there's no way to pass that up then at that point. Let's just get Earth Goddess because we're going to get quite a bit of faith. And if we're getting, a really, really large amount of faith, then we can use that faith to buy whatever great people we want instead of just writers and scientists and great prophet great people. So that sounds good to me. Now, I'm not sure where I'd want to put a preserve over here because we cannot plant any trees or anything right now. So, I mean, this would be like a pretty good location. This would be a pretty good location, but if I put it over here, our capital is not going to benefit from all of the tiles. We won't be able to work them all. So in that case, maybe this one would be a good tile for it. But I'm not really sure about this yet. Now you can't really do anything right now. Alright, well let's put some turns into a Granary. Okay, so my game is definitely suffering with major instability issues right now. I'm not really sure why that is. But I have reloaded the autosave yet again, and we will move on with the game. So I want to remove that forest here, but I think I want to put the turns into something else. So, and you know what? This would be a really good place for a preserve district, so it's tough because we're not going to do that. Let's put the turns, or the production rather, into some ancient walls and remove the woods. Okay, so that took that down to 3 turns from 10. And we will get the horse tile next. And I'm going to change the production here to the holy site. It'll be a +4 holy site. That'll be really good. And you can't do anything right now. Actually, you know what? I think we just need to buy the tile. We have 101 gold. It's 70. We can do that. And let's get that pasture right away. Okay, so horseback riding has been boosted. It's down to 12 turns. And at this point, we could definitely use Anansi to actually work on these technologies, and we will do that. Okay, so we have completed horseback riding all in one turn. That is pretty good. Let's choose our next research. Now, I would like to get irrigation, but as I said before, I do want to boost that. I think we can do that boost in, 5 turns or less. So let's start working on irrigation. And I don't know if Anansi actually has any charges left at this point. So I might just move him back into my civilization. They completed early empire.
With air conditioning, their windows were
okay, so we could get open borders and stuff like that. But I don't know that I really want to. We don't have any traders right now. Okay, let's go over to the iron next with that guy. And we will get the farm with this one. And Anansi does not have any charges left, so we are just going to use him for defense if we need to. And I'm going to take the warrior back to our territory and leave the scouting to the scout. We only have one, which is kind of a shame. It would be good to get another one. I think that might be something we want to do right now, because if we wait any longer, it's going to be ridiculous. So let's just do the scout for 5 turns. And I want to get Liang immediately and put her over here, because we are going to need reinforced materials on her for that city. Alright, and I'm probably going to have that guy come back in a minute. And you are going to go towards that iron. And Anansi is just going to make his way back. He's actually not going to even get all the way back here, but maybe we can get his relic to be, closer, at least. And if America wasn't right there, we could, settle a city over here, and that would be pretty cool. But I feel like it's too far away for us right now. Okay, so games and recreation has been completed. We got +2 air score. We can now build the street carnival. And you can get yourself onto that wheat. On the next turn, we should be able to get that farm. Maybe even complete irrigation. I'm not sure how much that bar is going to fill up in the next turn. Alright, so he has settled the next city, and this one would have benefited from the truffles that are no longer there. So, haha, we got it. And let's work on political philosophy. Hopefully we can meet another city-state before we complete that, but we might not. Alright, and we have a delegation from Georgia. Alright, now I am tempted to explore a little bit more with that guy actually, and let's get that farm. Okay, irrigation has been boosted, but we will have to work on that for one more turn, which is perfectly fine. Let's get that iron mine. The wheel has been boosted, and so has iron working. So we will work on those pretty soon. Okay, Anansi has died.
Thousands have lived without.
His lifespan is over, and we have the Epic of Anansi now. That's our first relic. 2 culture, 2 faith, and 10 tourism. Alright, and let's see, what do we want to be our next priority? I did not build a quarry there, and we did boost the tech, so now I don't really feel like it's really a critically important thing to work on, but we could get that salt if we have enough money for it. We actually don't have enough money for it, so I think what I'm going to do right now is chop that forest, because I would like to put a district there. I'm going to need to do that sooner or later, and I could chop out the holy site, and that seems like a good investment, really. So let's work on, well, we could get a swordsman. That would be pretty good, but the wheel will be quicker, so let's just work on the wheel right now. Okay, and we will chop that forest on the next turn, and our very late turn 46 scout is completed. I'm going to have him auto explore because I can't be bothered, and that's a lot of micro, so let's just do it that way. And then in the city, I definitely want to get a campus and a holy site and that kind of stuff going on, but I really do want a builder here. It'll take me 10 turns to get it, and it would probably be better to get it over here. How many turns would that take? 10. But this way it would get an extra charge. So I'm thinking in this city I don't want to, create the builder. So instead, we could work on another holy site. Could get a +3 holy site, but we'd have to remove a rainforest, which I'm not willing to do at all. The campus locations really aren't the best either. What else would be good? I mean, we need amenities already. This might be a good location then for the street carnival, or, we don't even have theater squares yet. Let's work on the granary to get more population, because more population is going to be very valuable and important for us. Okay, the Aztec want horses. I'm never going to give him any military strategic resources in this game. It's just not going to happen. He's been threatening me, and he's right there, so it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to risk that. Let's chop out the holy site. We got +3 air score because it has an adjacency of 3 or higher. And I would like to work on that shrine immediately, because we want that great person, the great prophet, as soon as we can possibly get him. It's already kind of late, later than I wanted it to be getting our religion. Hopefully there will be good beliefs left for us to choose from on this difficulty, but we will find out. Okay, so now what district would we want? We might need to buy a tile and put something there. We need housing though. Let's work on the granary before we do anything else, because we can only go up to a maximum of 3 population, which is just not going to work for us. Not at all. We have 18 turns before it would increase, so that needs to be taken care of immediately. And I'm just going to get the warrior back in our territory. There is another iron tile over there with the silver and the iron and the wheat and the mountains, and there's sugar over here. This is like a really nice location. I would really like to settle all of that if we possibly can. We are trying to probably win a culture victory in this game, so having a lot of cities is going to be really beneficial for us. Definitely more of a wide strategy, I think. So usually I like to build the populations as high as possible, we're going to do the best we can with that, but we definitely want to get all the luxuries we can because that's going to provide us a lot of benefits with the monopolies and corporations game mode. Okay, so I could get Ancient Walls in 2 turns that we were already working on, or I could get the Granary in 1 turn. I could also do Holy Site Prayers for 6 turns. I think due to what I want, I really want to do the Holy Site Prayers right this minute. And I'm going to leave this part here. If you have opinions on the secret society that I should choose, the ones that I'm considering right now are the Void Singers and the Hermetic Order. But you can let me know what you think. Sanguine Pact is not an option. Owls of Minerva is an option, but that wouldn't get us any kind of favor from the AI players because they are in the other two, and it also really wouldn't help with my strategy either. So great people, would make the ley lines better, and we're going to get as many great people as we can. So Hermetic Order would be pretty good, and Void Singers would be good for the relics, but I feel like we're really trying to go for our like artists and stuff like that. So I'm leaning towards the Hermetic Order, but you can let me know. And I will talk to you in the next part. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Bye.